everybody, welcome to Retro Gamer Ranting. This is Twitch. How are you guys doing? This is Season 2 and episode blah blah blah, and I'm here with Mad Dog, and I'm finally going to try and do a review of Black Ops, the Wii version. I know there's been enough of them out there, but hey, it's my 2 bits, maybe a little hint 2 bit. But anyway, how you doing, Mad Dog?
I am doing good.
That's good, and you are, you just prestiged level
3.
The other day?
2 days ago, yeah.
Awesome.
Halfway to the next prestige.
I still haven't made it to the first prestige. That's how busy I've been. Playing Mario 64. So yeah, I don't know. This is going to be kind of an off-the-cuff review, I think. So we'll just go from there. Well, first off, let me just tackle the graphics for this. This is a very good looking game. What did you say?
Yeah.
Compared to the other Call of Duty.
Like World at War, which I did not like the graphics at all in that. I like
Muddy.
the graphics.
Muddy.
Very muddy.
It's very much muddy. But for a change, they finally got maybe a PS2-esque look to it. Yes. There are some ugly levels, like the missile silo launch. It was like the 4th level of the game. Just looks god-awful. When you look out into the whole entire field and everything, you just honestly feel like you're playing a PS2 game. They did manage to focus on some strengths in it. The Wii for a change. It's still just a port. It definitely doesn't take advantage of what the Wii can do. What did you feel about the graphics? You did enjoy it, but were there any levels in particular that stood out compared to other ones?
Yeah, like the jungle level, you can't really see leaves, but you can see detail that there are bushes, not just a random conglomeration of stuff.
So graphically wise, it doesn't hold up to most games on the Wii, but it is at least cleaned up compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
Single player on the game, I was most disappointed with. It's still a great single player experience. What did you feel single player wise? Did you enjoy it compared to other Call of Duty games? I guess
it sadly just reminds me of every other Call of Duty game I've ever played. You have to fight your way through every level.
I just run and gun. I rushed it. I'd get to an area, it would show me where I had to be, and I would just run, and if something got in my way, I'd shoot it. That's how I got through most levels. To me, that's not really how you play a game. Yes, they make you diverge from that when they give you a certain objective from now and then. Protect this guy, do this. But in all honesty, like compared to other first-person shooters I've played, very action movie-esque. Yes, you had to be stealthy sometimes and such, but story-wise, it was interesting, predictable. I'm not going to go into detail with the story. It just has to do with the Cold War, obviously, in Vietnam, and mind washing and all that other good stuff. For the most part, the story was only fascinating until you figure it out. Compared to the other Call of Duties, I actually enjoyed the first Modern Warfare story the most. World at War was okay, but this one, it was interesting enough, but the single-player campaign wasn't quite what I was expecting. I hated the helicopter level.
Yeah, that was a difficult one. Especially when I'm shooting at objects on the ground and not hitting them at all, even though I'm pointing right at them.
Yeah, again, it just could be just bad translation. I'm not really sure, but for the most part, you were able. Like I was able to blow through it within about 2 days worth of playing, on and off, and you were able to get through the single player campaign in about.
I'd say about a day and a half.
Yeah, pretty much. But the single player isn't necessarily what people get Call of Duty for. It would have to be the multiplayer. And we've both dived into multiplayer extensively. And I'd have to say I am most impressed with the online capabilities of Call of Duty Black Ops than any other game on the Wii. Sans maybe GoldenEye, but again, we'd have to do a compare and contrast with that. The options are mind-boggling. Being able to add friends at will is finally here without having to have a friend code. That's kind of nice. You get updates on your Wii instead of just which, people who own Xbox 360s and PS3s and PCs, if there's any patches or anything, the Wii version has that. You can get a patch on the Wii, which is nice. Level-wise, there's just a ton of levels. Unfortunately, this is where I have a stick in it. There's only 3 that are probably worth playing due to the fact that there's about a character cap of about I don't
It's
know, 10, right? Yeah,
10.
okay. What did you think? What are the levels you find yourself playing the most?
Well, because of everybody else, Nuketown, Jungle, and Array and Summit. Those are probably the top four.
And Summit, and honestly, I'm lost in most of the other levels because half the time they're not played. Most people are usually playing the other ones. Like you said, the ones you said, Jungle, not too bad. It's huge. Nuketown is my favorite, and that's mostly because you can actually find someone, which of course is not necessarily the game's fault, it's the limitation's fault. There's a 10-person cap. And when you go into some of the larger levels, like, let's see, what's one of the larger ones?
Let's just go with Jungle there, because Jungle is a very big map. If you don't find someone, you're going to be running around and running around.
Exactly. I've literally ran into certain maps where you would have a good minute where you would hear nothing. You would hear no gunfire. You would just, if you had the radar on, you would just see people scattering about trying to find someone. I wasn't even able to find some of my own teammates sometimes. And so that's, again, this isn't really a fault with any of the other versions of the game, I'm sure, because they have a higher player cap, but that is sort of a weakness on that, on the Wii's part. Not to say that you still can't have fun in these maps if you're in it with the right people or if you know the map well. Perks. What do you say about the new perks? Do you enjoy them? I kind of did. They still have the very annoying last stand, but they did get rid of
the martyrdom.
The martyrdom one, which is a lot of people have. They got rid of. They've added a lot of new kill streaks, and they got rid of nuke from the last game, so that's kind of nice. Of course, a lot of people probably knew that, but perk-wise, I do enjoy how you're able to just level them up to pro status. What are the ones you use the most of?
Sadly, one of the hated ones, Second Chance, Sleight of Hand, and then Scavenger.
And get yelled at a lot. That's another thing. You
yes.
can do a headset. You can't use Wii Speak, but you can get a headset set, so you are able to speak with other people on your team. So that's really cool for a change as well. But yeah, I find myself, I like being a ninja. I like being kind of stealthy and fast reload. I'm always about, I hate a slow reload on my gun. So I kind of do sleight of hand on like everything. Still kind of new status compared to where you're at. You just went like 30 and 10 on one of your last match.
Not for the other team though.
But the thing that's probably the best is just a lot of people probably don't like this. We kind of enjoy it. Just how fast you can actually level up in this game. Like you can, if you put enough time into it, you can definitely prestige quite easily.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, about a week if you really want to. And a lot of people were complaining, have a love-hate relationship with having to buy certain perks, certain attachments, certain guns and stuff. But at first I thought I wasn't going to like that, but I kind of like it. It makes you actually think about what you're actually purchasing. And plus there's also combat training that you can go into, which you go up against bots, which you can do with or without other friends. And you can go up against hard bots, easy bots, whatever, and you can use that to help test out any of these new weapons and anything else for that matter. So combat training is kind of what I like. We do the fact that if I'm getting my ass kicked all the time online, I can just go and put on some easy bots and lay waste to them and be able to finally use my dogs, which they brought back the dogs, which is awesome. So I do enjoy the combat training, probably in the sense that I can actually win a few matches. What about you?
I agree with you on combat training that it's fun if you're having a bad match. It does happen. Get several bad teammates game after game. Just go in there and completely own everything.
Do you enjoy, do you like the fact that you have to buy most of the stuff? Like you unlock it, but then you have to buy it. Do you think that's fair? Do you think it should be unlocked?
Well, since I had gone to playing a first-person shooter on the PC that was a free one, and I had to buy stuff sometimes with my own actual money, I actually kind of like this because
it's not your real money anymore.
It's not my real money.
So you're not actually getting the credit card out. I kind of agree with you on that one. He's making reference to Combat Arms there, one of the free first-person shooters on PC, where you actually can spend real money on it, and It's a racket, I think, honestly. Fun, but it's a racket. Zombie mode. I've actually played a little more of that than you, I think.
Yes, you have.
Everyone enjoys shooting zombies. Everyone enjoys shooting Nazi zombies. You were kind of disappointed with it, you said.
Yeah, I'll have to compare that to Combat Arms again
Well,
because I like that zombie map.
You did
style
play World at War, though. You did
Yes, I
play
did.
Zombie. How do you compare it between the World at War zombie versus?
I find it much harder to get headshots. I'll be like aiming right at the head and I will not get a headshot. I have to like pretty much, I don't know, pure luck.
I kind of agree. I kind of agree with that. And I don't really know if that's a Wii thing or if that happens with other ones or if it's just purposely on all the systems like that. I haven't played the other systems, so I don't know. I've tried with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. I've tried with the Classic Controller Pro, and either way, I don't seem to be able. Maybe we just suck at headshots. Who knows? Maybe we're the problem.
Go look at my headshots on my profile.
No, of course we're not the problem. It's never our fault. It's the game's fault. That's how it's gotta be. But like I mentioned before, there are multiple control schemes. Unfortunately, the Wii Remote and Nunchuck doesn't quite feel as fluid as, say, on the Conduit or GoldenEye. With GoldenEye, I always use the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, but with Call of Duty, I find myself using the Classic Controller Pro. Because it ends up working better with Call of Duty Black Ops. So I would highly recommend having a Classic Controller Pro with Call of Duty Black Ops. It's not that you can't use the Wii Remote and Nunchuck efficiently. It's just you might want to reconfigure the buttons. And I ran into this little glitch. I don't know, maybe they've patched it, where every time you restart the game or even jump into a new match, particularly online, it would reset your buttons to default again. And that really annoyed the crap out of me. So I just stick to the default format on the Classic Controller Pro, which works wonderfully. And of course you are Classic Control Pro man.
Yes,
so.
it actually reminds me a lot of the old PS2 controls of the original Call of Duty games.
The sound is always awesome on it. Music is, of course, always orchestrated well on it. Multiplayer is definite plus. If anything, if you want a good online multiplayer game on your Wii, this is for first-person shooter-wise, and you don't have any other system, I'd say go for this. It gives you so many options, I can't even explain it. You have tons of different maps, tons of different weapons to master, perks, and tons of different challenges. And we're not even getting into the wager matches, the special matches. I mean, the contracts. I mean, there's just so much to it. We could go on for a half hour about just all the different options that are online. Of course, you can find that yourself. We're not going to do it, but it's just staggering. It's so definitely worthwhile. I'm going to give it about an 8 out of 10 myself. What would you give it?
I'd have to agree with you on 8 out of 10 because it has room for improvement.
It does have room for improvement. And I knocked points off for the single player, and also for some reason the control scheme with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck annoyed me because for God's sakes they should get it right by now. And yes, it doesn't have everything the HD counterparts do have, but it still is.
It is missing that one kill streak.
It is missing a certain kill streak. It is missing some extra zombie levels and stuff like that. But this is the closest thing to the complete package on the Wii that you can. And maybe the next Wii version will have it all. Who knows? But I give kudos to Activision and Treyarch for being able to cram so much into so little. What's your favorite weapon?
The Galil.
Yeah, I like the. What is it? Is it the FEMA? No, it's not the FEMA.
The FAMAS.
The FAMAS. I'm enjoying the FAMAS. I just unlocked that. That's quite enjoyable. And of course, fast reload for everything. Yes! But hey, thank you very much, Mad Dog. Appreciate it again. And till next time, game fans, hey, leave some comments. That's what that's there for. Rate, follow, all that good stuff. This is Twitch. Keep playing.